So after you chug your drink, picture this. You have a completely empty stomach, you're starving, you feel like you're going to throw up. If you're wondering why I look super silly right now, I just had to dye my hair, my spot of grays that I have at 25 years old. You can kind of see where I have to dye my hair. That's my natural hair color right here, which I love, but like I am going gray just literally right there. So I noticed I started getting gray hairs actually when I was like 16, 17 years old. Obviously my family knows about this, and I found out my dad actually went gray or started going gray very, very early, like I am. So this is definitely a genetic thing, like hereditary thing, so I hope my kids don't have to deal with that. Between my grays and Gino's baldness, our kids' hair, hopefully it's just not that bad. So besides my hair, when I'm making these videos, I could tell, and I remember this happened last time, you're gonna probably, I don't know if you already noticed it on my face, I clearly have no makeup on right now, but right here I have like weird pigmentation, like all here and here. It's like I have like dark spots. I remember when I was pregnant with Mila, I had it like all on my neck. It was really, really weird. I'm 29 weeks pregnant today. I don't know, did he grow? So I'm all showered now, and I just did my makeup and did my hair, but I wanted to show you how the grays came out. Yeah, so you pretty much obviously no longer can see any more gray hairs, and like you can't really like tell that it was done like just like right there. You can see like I had like the little dye marks, but that usually just will come out probably in like 2 days, and it also actually starts to fade back, but the way I part my hair, you just would never be able to tell that I did that. More gray hair. After I do this, I always wonder why I waited so long to like finally dye them.
There's a new day that will come again tomorrow. There's a new day to wash away the pain. There's a new day to take away your sorrow.
You're probably gonna hear Mila's crunching in the background. Whenever I make her food, or I try to do this at least, because sometimes, unless she's like super starving, and then I also know like, okay, like she probably should have a snack food wise, I like read that the less you put on their plate, it becomes less intimidating for them, and you should just like add more food. So I kind of first started off like putting some favorites on her plate to help encourage her, maybe feel her hunger a little bit. But yeah, that's just what I started her off with. So I wanted to talk about my gestational diabetes result. In my previous video, I had my 1 hour test, and I was very, very nervous that I was going to get a false positive. And I got my results back 2 days later, and I failed it. Like I was thinking I would fail it just because, I don't know, I had like that gut instinct that I would have failed it. My number came back at 156, and you have to score below 140. But seeing that number and knowing what happened last time with Mila and getting pretty much the same result and passing the 3 hour, and I never ended up having gestational diabetes with her. So what happened 2 days ago, I had to go in and I had to do the 3 hour test, which was literally brutal. So the 1 hour test is completely different feeling wise than the 3 hour. Number one, the biggest difference between the 1 hour and the 3 hour. The 1 hour, you're allowed to eat, you know, food before you go in, and it's only 50 grams of sugar, versus the 3 hour test is you cannot eat whatsoever for well over 12 hours. So you're fasted. For example, the day before that, I had, you know, I didn't change my eating whatsoever. I had my dinner at 5:30. That was the last time I ate, and the office opened the next day at 9 a.m. And I'm like cursed. I wake up super early. I was up by like 5 a.m. and I was up for all those hours, just super hungry. I drink coffee in the morning, so I already knew I'd get like a migraine or feel really like just awful just from no caffeine. But besides that, again, you're fasted, and then you go in whenever your office opens and you have to immediately get your blood drawn, and then you have 5 minutes to drink the drink. And again, like I said before, it's 50 grams versus 100 grams of sugar. So this drink is, I chugged it really super fast. This time I had fruit punch, but like I could tell like it just is like a thick syrup. Obviously, because it's 100 grams of sugar, drink that as fast as possible. But again, I just can't like explain how much different the 3 hour is than the 1 hour. So after you chug your drink, you have to wait exactly 1 hour. And during that 1 hour, personally, is probably the worst time that your body feels. So picture this, you have a completely empty stomach, you're starving, you kind of just feel off because you woke up and, you know, you just couldn't eat or do your daily routine. And then you drink this drink really super fast, whether it's chugging it or within a 5 minute time span, you have to drink it within at least 5 minutes. So then you're just sitting there and you feel it like a rock in your stomach. At least that's how I felt for me. It was like this big pit of just discomfort that I was feeling. And probably 15 minutes after I had it is when the nausea starts. You feel like you're going to throw up. It's just a side effect most people actually experience, is just you feel like you're going to throw up because you just probably had that drink on an empty stomach. And I noticed the nausea lasted for at least an hour and a half. Still talking about the first hour, I definitely had, my heartbeat was racing. I can tell through my iWatch, and I just felt like kind of like dizzy and just kind of like anxious. I don't know, it was really weird, but it's probably because of the amount of sugar. So then once the first hour is up, oh, and another thing, your baby is going to be moving like crazy. Like he was crazy moving all over the place. So now on to hour number 2. Still felt a little bit nauseous, but I started feeling a little bit more normal. I started to feel so tired, like insanely tired, and I don't know if it was just because I didn't have my cup of coffee in the morning. And then by the 3rd hour, the nausea probably went away, but I still felt like so drowsy, as if like I didn't like get any sleep the night before, even though I did. And then overall you just feel pretty crummy the rest of the day. I just felt really tired. I felt super cold, just not good. But now that we're past how I was feeling, I passed it. I never had gestational diabetes like I thought. I mean, I'm very thankful that I passed, and again, I just had that feeling. I'll share my numbers that I had. So my fasting was 69, and they want you to be between 65 and 94. And then after I had the drink and the 1 hour passed by, my number came back at 152, and they want it to be below 180. And then I had my 2 hour, and that came back at 138, and they want it to be below 155. And then the final blood draw, mine was 101, and they want it to be below 140. I passed every single number, was in a very great range for me. So there's that. At least I don't have to worry about it anymore. And I'm so sorry if you do actually have gestational diabetes, or if you even have to go through the 3 hour, whatever it may be. I don't know. Again, I don't know much about actually having it. I just know about getting the false positive and my experience doing the 3 hour tests. But most importantly, in my situation, I don't have it, and just feeling so thankful I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Darling, you've got to keep holding